Hey, I'm Jonah, and this is the Doughboy Blade shop tour.
Let's go.
This is the office. Before, my old shop was just a metal building, so having a space that's air conditioned is super nice. Look at this beauty. Look at that. 76.
It gets hot in Texas.
Here in this corner, we have our espresso, because staying caffeinated is most importantest. A borrowed mini fridge, a borrowed microwave. The noise you're hearing is the dehumidifier, keeping all its filament nice and dehydrated. Here are 3D printers, so if I'm doing any CAD work here, I can check on the printers as they're going, swap out stuff. We also have some snacks. We have all our boxes. And then over here, we have our ship station. See the order, pack the order, ship the order. All in one little U. So I used to have this and then all the inventory on like another wall, so I was, walking back and forth, and now I can just turn and do everything. Also, we're doing tomahawks next, if you can't tell. Now it's time for the real stuff you want to see. Welcome to the shop. Starting on this wall, we have our miscellaneous tool chest, G10 storage that feeds the primary CNC router. This is a Waco 5, and this is what cuts all the G10 knives and scales. So this machine mostly runs G10. Like, here's a mini beekeeper scale, and here's some G10 mini beekeepers before they've been processed. So this is fresh off the machine. So I'll run by that computer right there. And we also have a shop back here for dust collection, because we don't want to be breathing G10. Over here we have the old CNC router, and on top of that's our laser. This is a X-Tool diode laser. I use this mostly to cut out leather for whole enchiladas, but it's also really fun to have a laser to do other projects. This bigger router is actually the reason I moved out of my garage into my last shop, because I didn't have space for this one. And this is where I learned a lot of like how to program at all, because I knew CAD, I didn't know any CAM. So this machine has been really awesome. It doesn't even have a router in it right now, so it's not really being used, because the 5 is a pretty significant upgrade. This is a 4 Pro. It's a double XL. It's like the biggest one they make. So I keep it to do like bigger stuff, but this is the one that runs production right now, because it's just a more robust machine. It uses ball screws instead of belts. So anyways, that's the CNC corner. Over here we have the first workbench I ever built back when I was sharing a house with 5 other people. We had this one workbench in a 2-car garage with 2 cars in it. So it was like, my car was here, workbench was here. We had about like 3 feet of space in front of this to work with. So all the grinders, everything was done on this one workbench. That was a long time ago. But I still use it for kind of like miscellaneous jobs. This is kind of like my, it's not a staging workbench, it's just for random stuff. The table you're on right now is the staging table. So I basically keep this table clean. It's on wheels. So whatever project I'm working on can be laid out here completely. Get a nice rug. The rugs are super nice because they keep the dust down, and they're also comfy to stand on. Over here, we have our G10 station. So it's still in a work in progress because we still have a lot of cutouts to fill there. But the idea here is this is where G10 after it, so this is fresh off the CNC machine, but after it has, you know, all the processing, you put the scales on, assemble the sheaths here, and you have all the tools you need. There's a lot of small little pieces. And the idea of this table is everything has its own little space. Adhesive for G10 fangs up there. Welcome to the heat treat area. This is our even heat. It's a big oven, gets super hot, and it converts knife-shaped objects into knives. Down here we have our oil quench for oil quenching steels. And over here we have our plate quench for plate quenching steels. This is a dehydrator. It's just nice to keep your high carbon steels nice and dry. And then over here we have our hardness tester, all along with all our battery chargers. You may be thinking, is Doughboy Blades also a grow operation? No, this is just a grind room. Come on in. Guess I should have turned some lights on before I let you in here. There's the first 2x72 grinder. Here's a little prep station over here. And let me tell you, it is super nice to be working on some steel and then staging it over here. I used to work in my grind booth used to be like, literally like this wide. So I'd have to I didn't have much room to stage anything. But now I have this whole table where I can stage stuff, lay it all out, and then when I'm done, I can roll this table out into there instead of having to put it all in bins and move it. It's just lean, you know, trying to be lean here. This is something I'll be talking about in later videos. It's not set up all the way yet. Move that so you can see. Usually there's a computer right here with some other electronic components that drive this CNC gantry, and then this is a 2x72 grinder mounted horizontally. This is the bevel machine. So I've been working on this concept for a little bit, and this is the prototype for this machine. As you can see, this is an angle jig, like kind of a standard one that you would use on a, you know, regular 2x72 grinder. But we bolted that to this CNC gantry driven by these stepper motors. And so this belt goes, this holds the knife right here, and it goes brr, brr. So like I said, I'll dive into that a little bit later. We're also working on version 2, which is going to be significantly better than this. Glass cabinet, air compressor, and then in this whole thing we have air coming this way and then coming out this way so that there's constant flow and stuff. And the reason we decided to go with plastic instead of drywall right off the bat is because, one, it's fast and it's cheap, but two, it lets in light, and it's been pretty nice. Like the whole room is like kind of like a softbox. So we'll see. It may not be a permanent thing, but for now it's working surprisingly well. Here we have some storage. None of this is organized yet, so if it looks disorganized, it's because it is. Over here, you know, we have some Kydex that's, you know, eventually all this stuff will be Kanban. It'll be real lean. Right now it's just a mess. And it's just like kind of random stuff that I don't know where to put. But eventually it will all look closer to this, where you have 2 bin systems. Everything's Kanban. We don't run out of the stuff we need, like Kydex, like rivets, like rubber washers, stuff like that. This entire wall is the sheath making process. So it starts here, at the heat press, where we take Kydex that's already cut into sheets. That gets pressed with a t-shirt press, and then it moves on over here, which is a vacuum table. Once that Kydex is hot, it gets laid over here, and it squishes it down, seals it, and then it forms exactly to the molds that we have cut on the CNC machine over there. So this is an entirely in-house process. This is for a full-size beekeeper. As you can see, we've got we've only been in the shop a few weeks, so it's definitely going to change over time as we figure out how to use this space more efficiently. How we improve different processes. But right now, so this shop is actually double what my old shop was, and it includes the office space, which is super nice, especially being in Texas. We regularly get into triple digits in the summer, and that's pretty brutal when you're in just a metal box. So I'm really excited for what this new shop will allow us to do, how it will allow us to grow, and yeah, it feels really good. Every time you get into a new shop, it's like a blank slate, and that's very exciting for me because we can, play around with it and move stuff around and be more efficient. Like that grind room, I used to be in kind of like a shoebox for my grind room, and now having space to move around, I can realize some efficiencies that I never knew I was missing before, basically. I would like to give a huge shout out to my family for helping me move in, and my father-in-law in particular for setting up. This is the panel that was here, and this is the panel that we installed. It's super convenient having a master electrician in your family. He's the one who ran all this conduit and all the drops so we could get power to all the places in this shop, because before there was just like a few outlets here and there. But really, with the way that we operate, we need power in a lot of places. So yeah, thank you, Tom, very much. And I couldn't have made this move happen without friends and family helping me out. So thank you all so much. Now I'm gonna show you some details that I think are cool. Emergency tomahawk for the baddies. Bathroom decor. The budget lazy boy, they just won't quit. My buckets of water in case of a fire. There's another one right. The various hooks around the shop that my dad blacksmithed. Like here, and here, and here. Workbench horny-toed with plastic stippled scales. These planer trash cans, because they're way cheaper than a regular trash can, but they're just as big. The whole enchiladas that I've stashed in various places because keeping your knife sharp is important. Thanks for watching. If you have any ideas for videos that you would like me to make, anything you would like to see in more detail, please let me know, because I'm trying to ramp up the YouTube thing, but I don't exactly know what you guys want to see. So let me know. Thanks again. Along this entire wall is Sheath. Oh God. We just moved from Lubbock, Texas to Hewitt, Texas, which is just south of Waco. And nobody cares about that. Got this chair for free. You can only make what?